Mic check 1 2 1 2. All right, I think we're live. Let's get some stuff out of the way here. All right, been a couple days. All right, well, I got a new one in. Surprise, surprise! It's another freaking switch, and surprise, surprise! It's another mangled switch. I did some work on this one, kind of off stream here, and found out some things. So I got this one. Then the description said, "Oh, there's no display." Well, there's one thing I've learned about buying these switches that are put into a custom shell is that I probably should stop because the people doing these jobs just have absolutely no idea what the frick they're doing, and they mangle the ever-living crap out of the hardware. There's so many strip screws in this thing, it's not even funny. And there was also so many screws in the wrong place, it's not even funny. And all of those things combined really just make for a giant freaking mess. And so now I'm going to have to grind off a bunch of these fasteners and hope to God I don't do much damage to the surrounding stuff. I also found out that the reason for no video was, again, surprise, surprise, the lovely old ribbon cable that connects the daughter to the main board was damaged. This one right here, it's hard, you can't tell from this camera view, but these pins right here, excuse me, on the cable are completely fucked. So this needs to get replaced. Now I did replace the cable with my test one, and it's still having issues with, again, surprise, surprise, the freaking buttons on the left-hand side, which it seems to be becoming more and more of a common problem. Now I took a look at the connectors. All the connectors look good, so I'm going to have to do a couple things just to kind of narrow it down. But the first thing that I'm going to have to do is I'm going to literally have to figure out how to get this motherboard out of the case. Right now it is in a very, very poor condition. You can see they actually snapped the tab to the metal shielding off here. This screw right here is completely stripped. This screw right here is completely stripped. That's the wrong screw and it's stripped. A lot of the other ones are really rounded, but I should be able to get them out. This guy is completely stripped. I'm probably going to struggle to get him out. This guy is completely stripped and the wrong screw, so I'm probably going to struggle to get him out. This is just going to be a fun project to frickin' work on. If you can't tell the sarcasm that's dripping from my voice right now. And the other piece of major damage that I've got to repair, and this will be a first for me, but they somehow fried this wireless port. It's completely fried, and I think they even ripped the pad off from the one side, so hopefully I can repair that. I'm not sure if I will be able to. At least it does have connection on the other side. I don't know if I'll need both. I'm assuming I will. So that one's going to be a fun one to repair. And I am actually going to have to pull that off a donor board because I don't have any of those. So I'm going to have to find a dead board and pull it off. But all right, well, let's just kind of, I'm going to maybe zoom in a little bit to give you guys some little better of a look here what I'm doing. I'm just going to basically try to pull out all the screws that I can and go from there and see like that. Oh, actually, you know what? I was trying a bigger tip the other night, so see if I could grab onto a couple that still had what felt like enough bite on them. But yeah, these, I'm going to put these into a different bucket because I really don't want them to get mixed in. Well, these are okay. See, that's okay. These two are good. This guy should be okay. Okay, so some of these are coming out like so. This one should be fine. This one should be fine. I have to remove as much as I can before I break the Dremel out. I'm actually going to go see if I can't locate a small piece pair of needle nose, I might be able to grip onto one of these with a pair of pliers and kind of work it out that way. The less I have to drill, the better, because I'll just be honest, it's not a pretty job to do, and it sucks because you're gonna damage some of the surrounding stuff regardless, because I just don't have a fine enough tip. See, like that's not wanting to come out. Yeah. Try again here. Wow, I don't even know if these are the correct screws or if he stripped that post so bad that, holy cow. Well, I think this is the last time I buy one in a freaking custom shell, because this is terrible. I wouldn't wish this on anybody. It shouldn't be like this, and that one's not even screwed in. You know, like, I really do want people to go and try to do this stuff themselves. I need a smaller bit. I just think he found some stuff that sort of fit, and I don't know. Or maybe he just wang down on these things so hard that, here we go, I got that one out. Folks, these fasteners don't require much pressure or effort to get in and out, and if you're finding yourself forcing stuff, you're doing it wrong. And do yourself a frickin' favor and watch a teardown video and mark screws off, and just take your frickin' time, because a lot of this BS could be avoided if you just frickin' take your time. Yeah, see, that's not even coming out. That feels like it's stripped. Like, it feels like it wants to come out, but he stripped the post or something. Jeez, this is so annoying. Can't tell I'm slightly annoyed with this. This is just this is so basic repair stuff of removing the fasteners and not destroying half the shit. Now, sometimes you can't avoid it. Sometimes it just happens. I mean, I get it. Like, screws are not the most volatile things. I don't even know if that's the. Yeah, it's like I kind of almost want to just go out and buy just a brand new screw set just to replace half this crap, because I don't think it's right, and this one's just not even turning. So, like, yeah, it is. It's just stripped, or it's just not right. There we go. I gotta look into that. I think he stripped the screw post, because, quite honest, I've literally never struggled with this assembly before. Yeah, you can see like how I'm getting that out. Yeah, he must have. I'm gonna take a look, because he could have just screwed up the mid frame, which it looks like he did. Looking at these posts, they look pretty effed. Yeah, they don't look the most clever. Now, the good thing here is that mid frames I had plenty to pull from if I need to. The most shitty thing is this battery right here goes with the mid frame, and getting that freaking thing out is also a giant pain in the ass. Okay, so it looks like all we're left with now are the strip screws. So You can see about getting some of these out. Like this one right here. This guy. I was cleaning my bench up a little bit, trying to get some organization going before it started today, but man, I bought this one thinking it's gonna be an easy fix, and I've just gotta like learn that there's no such thing as an easy fix until you know it's one. So, the good thing is though, the saving grace out of all this is the motherboard's good. The display is good. The battery's good. I mean, most of the components are good. So I can get it working. I just don't know how well I can get it working. All right, let's try to get these sons of bitches out. Now this guy looks like it's got some bite left, but he put the wrong screw in here. Okay, good. That one came out. That's good. Now this guy right here is also looking a little rounded, but still has as long as I can see somewhat of a cross symbol. Yeah, okay. Thank God. That makes me happy. However, we do have two that are just absolutely buggered. And I'm just going over the board real quick just to make sure I didn't miss anything. Those are gone. Let me touch the daughter board. But yeah, like, I don't know. See this screw right here. No matter what I do, I will never get that out. And the same thing with this one. But this one, since it's the wrong screw, the head is actually sitting above the board. I've had to drill this one off before too. The good thing about this area is that it's all ground plane surrounding it. So like if you dig into the board a little bit, you're not going to really do too much damage, but it's still not good. Yeah. I mean, there was no water damage indication, so I don't think even when I flip the board over, I'm going to see too much, but you never know. However, this guy is also, whatever, they use way too much thermal paste, and whatever thermal paste they use looks to be like that ultra sticky stuff that I ran into before. That was a freaking nightmare to clean off. All right, well, let me go hop in the garage real quick and see if I can't locate that pair of tiny needle nose. Well, that's what I get for trying to organize and moving stuff, because stuff goes from where I knew where it was to, oh, this needs to be more organized, and then I forget what I'd moved it to, and so now I can't find literally any of my pliers, which is amazing. I'm just going to have to go out and buy some new tools at some point. Most of the stuff I have is pretty old and needs an update anyway. Who doesn't like an excuse to go out and buy more tools? I love buying tools. I love buying tools. I love knocking said tools on the ground. Son of a bitch. Yeah, that sucks. I don't think I'm going to find them. Which really does kind of suck because I needed them. Oh, oh, I'm an idiot? Well, that's not really a plier, but it might work. And a pair of snips, which actually might do the job I needed to do. God dang. I can't find anything. I didn't throw them in here, did I? Sometimes I put things in weird places. Yeah, I didn't think so. Just kind of cruising around my house right now, trying to see if I can't locate my missing tools, which it does not seem like I can do. Because once again, folks, I am an idiot. Yeah, it's one of my goals for the next years. I want to get this workbench into an actual workbench, organize it, and have better slots for my tools so I'll stop losing shit all the time. I don't think this is going to work, but we're going to try anyway. If I can grip this head with this screw and get the turn, which I know this is not the right tool for the job, but yeah, it's not going to work. I really need a pair of pliers with the flat edge, and I don't have any right now. I could try. We might have a pair of tweezers here that would work. Man, if I could find my VHB, that would be awesome. Should have bought some rubber bands too. So I've got these guys, and they're the closest I'm going to get to a flat edge. Let's see, there's no serration on them, so it's not really turning anything. Fools you like it is, but it's definitely not turning thing. And I'm just going to have to go out and buy some pliers, I guess, because that ain't going to work. So what can you do, you know? You live, you learn. So I'm a big Tarkov player, and they just wiped the game. And part of me kind of wishes I was playing right now. I'll try these guys. A little bit bigger of a same thing. Now, there's no serration, so it's not a grab on anything. Hang it. I mean, if I have to grind it off, I have to grind it off, but I'd rather avoid it. Now, for anybody that did stop in last week and saw me working on those big switches, still shorted. I can't figure it out. I poked at them and poked at them and poked at them, and I got nowhere with them, honestly. Like, Everything works on it but the charging. And I even replaced the charging chip again just to be sure I didn't use a defective chip or my soldering wasn't right or something. Same thing. Just know it looks like it's charging, but it's not. And if you pay attention to the amps, you can see that the chip is going into some sort of protection mode because it's overheated. It's getting too much current from somewhere, and I can't figure it out because I think, unfortunately, that's coming from the system rail, and the system rail touches so many parts on the board that good luck. I think in order for me to solve that one, what I'm going to have to do is actually buy a thermal camera and hope it would show me a short somewhere else on the board. I'd like a thermal camera anyway, but they're a pretty big investment. And I'm not sure if I really want to sink in $300 or $400 right now, especially given the fact that I am not having the greatest luck of getting things running lately. Which, speaking of which, in the next couple of streams I'm going to be doing are all going to be modification and building streams because I'm tired of just constantly failing with this stuff and just you need wins. I mean, I got a semi-win last time with getting the purple switch to verify it's all working. And I just need to swap that cable, which I probably should have done today for y'all, but it's boring. Who wants to watch that? I'm sure I'll stream it eventually, but yeah. So basically, this is just not coming out. And I could try some. I kind of have some sort of tips that might grab into that, but it's not looking like that's the case here. Sometimes you can get like a Torx tip or a hex in there, and it has just enough purchase that you can back it out. But when they round them as bad as these have been rounded, yeah, I mean, it's just straight round on the inside. And I don't think my triangle tips are going to be small enough for it. I tried this before. I was trying to see if I could maybe use it to apply, but the big one's too big, and I think the small one's too small. Yeah, that's still too big. That ain't gonna work. And then your last kind of hope are these triangle bits. But see, these are just way too chunky to fit, which is fine. Even my Y tips, I think, are gonna be, that's way too big. Yeah, it's just not enough purchase. And these are just too small, and this one's going to be way too big. Yep. And I think even if I manage to jam in a flathead, yeah, you can see it's just literally just spinning in there. Blah. Okay. Yeah, that's too big. So I mean, honestly, I have no choice. I'm either gonna have to go buy some pliers to get that out, or just grind it off. Yeah, I don't know. blah. Yeah, I guess I should have looked for those frickin' pliers before I started streaming today. I just figured they'd be around here somewhere. And they ain't. I don't even think I could clip that off if I wanted. I'm just gonna have to grind it. Well, that worked. Maybe. Definitely not gonna be able to get that out. Okay, so I've got one left. And that one is definitely gonna need to get ground. And lucky for me, everything surrounding it is metal. And if I do it right, the only thing I'll damage is metal shielding, which is fine with me. Now I've got to figure out where the small grinding tip is here. Shoot, I thought I put it back. I guess I didn't. So it must mean it's on a table somewhere, which is awesome. Which means I'm, oh wait, oh, there it is right there. Okay. So this is still kind of too big for the job, but it'll work. Look at that, there's another. I'm not going to even bother with this metal tab one. I may bother later, but it's unnecessary for now, for sure. All right, so okay. All right, folks. I'm gonna put my safety goggles on here because the last thing I frickin' need is hot metal going into my eyes. Anybody out there watching this trying to emulate me, don't, first of all. Second of all, wear goggles. Probably should be wearing hearing protection too, but that's a little overkill in my opinion. Definitely want to wear goggles though, because you never know where those metal shards go. All right, so we're grinding this screw off right here. I'm going to try my best to do it on stream. I use a Dremel. This one I'm going to use this tiny little grinding tip, and let's go. And that's exactly what I didn't want to do. Ugh. Alright, well I screwed up once, and hopefully it's not too bad of a screw up, but it looks fucking ugly as shit. And I still think I need to do some grinding here, but sometimes you can kind of grind it down enough to where you can pick off the rest of the top, but I still think I got a bunch of work I got to do on this one. Yeah, because that ain't budging. Almost there though. So it's better to hold way better to hold the bit at an angle like this rather than go from the top like I did, because you're just going to skip off and scrape across the board, which you don't want. Okay. Now I may have ruined the. No, it's looking okay. 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 Now, the other problem is I don't know what happened to my nice little green plastic spudger. I'll be very sad if I can't find that, because that tool comes in so handy. Probably hit the ground somewhere. And oh, and of course, literally, after I do what I don't want to do, I find the frickin' pair of goddamn pliers I could use. Well, I still need them anyway, but okay. So let's zoom out a little bit here. Zoom back in. So we're doing our old favorite of just heating this glue up here, because I like to keep this foam intact. It's kind of like the stupidest thing to worry about it, because it doesn't really do much, but it does provide better cooling, slightly better cooling, because it forms a seal, so the fan works a little bit better. And plus, why destroy something when you could just take a little extra frickin' time and save it and reuse it? You know, like, why? I honestly, really, at this point, don't care. I don't care. Okay, well, boy, oh boy. We'll set that out to the side. Now I gotta do some hella cleanup. I've got a lot of thermal paste, and either I just smeared it across the board, or they did, and I didn't notice from before. I'll take the blame on that one. Well, thermal paste really won't hurt much, but it is just a mess. And my stupid self will get it all over my hands and not realize. And yeah, it's just a mess. For the most part, though, aside from the screw damage, there's two of them did not want to come out without getting drilled out, which is better than I originally had thought. I thought I was going to have to be doing a lot more grinding than I did. Okay, I gotta be careful with this one. This one doesn't really need much. Okay, I'll put you up. This is the digitizer ribbon. This is the actual LCD cable. Yep, things look fine. I pulled all that up, so the board should kind of maybe pull right on out. All right, so really all I kind of wanted to accomplish today was getting that out. I'm going to put it in another test case I have, and we'll see about let's see if the buttons change for me now. I don't know if y'all can see, I got my pliers that I wanted. These are the big ones, but they do work, because that son of a gun he's coming out just fine. she, whatever you want to call, but since it's a post, we'll say he. It is somewhat phallic. Alright. I love these pliers because they stay put when you squeeze them. So, like, okay. Yeah, well, shoot. There it is. Okay, so we got this guy right here in the top middle. Just gotta grab on, do the same thing. A little twist-a-roo. Because thankfully the post isn't stripped. Well, I thought not, but maybe it is. No, there we go. Well, maybe it is. I don't know. Because these guys, they sure did a number. Yeah, I don't like. What is that? Never seen this before. I don't know if that's them getting the digitizer cable messed up or. Huh. Actually, never seen that before. I wonder what it's part of. But, regardless, we've got some broken screw posts that are now removed. And these guys right here. Now, these things are kind of, like for. Yeah, this is definitely the last time I buy it. They look cool as shit, and that's kind of why I buy them, because I'm like, man, it's kind of like cool. You don't see them look like that often. Thinking it might be a better sell, but they're not put together the nicest. I'm looking at these screw posts, and yeah, they're well worn out. So either it's user error, which I really wouldn't be surprised about, or they're just crap plastic, which again I also wouldn't be too surprised about. All right, well, let's put this aside. Anything, I got some good parts out of this, but we're gonna get this one working regardless. We'll figure out a home for it, and we'll put it in something. So let's see here, microscope, and we'll look at a few things here. Gotta put you in inspection mode. Zoom you out some. Don't need you anymore, so we'll just lose you again for later when I need you. And we'll take a look at some things. Oh, I could take my safety goggles off now, which is kind of nice. And sorry for no music today, folks. I don't know. I just didn't feel like dealing with it. Okay, well, now that you've stared at this heat shield some, let's take a look at the damage that I caused. You can see that how that skipped across and damaged those test pads. Alright, I don't think... Oh, that's the other thing I'm going to have to do too, right after this. Yeah, I think I just kind of screwed up some solder mask. But you see all that? That's all metal shavings. And that's the other reason why doing what I just had to do is horrible. So let me go clean this off real fast. I have some compressed air that I use. All right, well, we got her blown off. Excuse me. let's just take a look again. The broken area. And yeah, you can see all this damage. I really, really, really hate having a drill because, see, I don't know, I might have damaged that line right there. I think I got away with it, but it doesn't make me happy. Thankfully, hopefully I didn't rip off a component right there. It looks like I did though, huh? Sure does. Well, we'll have to take a look on another board. And let's see now. The rest of this is, yeah, just clean that crap off. Yeah, I just kind of, this one got really screwed up, but it's just a test pad. So thankfully I only screwed up half of it, and it doesn't even really matter because it's not going to anything. And it looks like I just scraped solder mask from everything else, so that's good. But whatever the frig this thing was, I don't know. Everything else looks good. So right here, this SDM chip is what controls all buttons, and I'm pretty sure it's fine. And I did look at this connector before just to verify that he didn't screw anything up with it. And all those pins look factory. This doesn't even look like it got touched. So the problem might be on the daughter board. But as far as I can tell, we'll give her a poke here. Actually, while we're here, we'll just do a quick little solid test. I imagine that we're going to be okay, just simply on the fact that this port looks pretty much factory. Yeah, I mean, everything I'm doing is just scraping flux off. And these look perfect. Yeah. All right, so let's do the quick and dirty here. And I'll try it in my test case. Now, this one has issues with the thumbstick, but before with the other board, I actually wasn't able to get the power ribbon cable to work, which is weird. Like nothing worked on it. The volume buttons didn't work, and the power itself didn't work, which is odd. So, let me do this real quick. We'll switch back over to overhead real fast. I'm just hooking the LCD and the digitizer up, and I want to see if maybe I can get, if I get most of the buttons working on this board, then I know that the daughter board has some issues, and we'll have to kind of do what we did last week with the purple one, and then just trace some lines, buzz everything out. But with the fact that I was getting cross signals, and then that other thing wasn't working. This seems a little weird. And these daughter boards do fail for some reasons. I have had a few kind of go bad on me. Most of them, though, come from liquid damage boards, which kind of makes sense. So let's plug the battery in. Okay. And for sanity's sake, we're going to actually just do it this way. I like to kind of hold the board in place, makes my life a little bit easier. All right, so let's see if the PowerFlex works on this. So we're gonna do a quick click. There we go. See? I think that daughter board's fucked. Works. Go to see. We're gonna. Yeah. So there's something wrong with that daughter board. I don't know why the. Do I have that even plugged in? It's so weird. Okay, like it's. Okay. Well, do a real quick. Just test the buttons real fast. B, Y, X, A plus all works. Thumbstick's not hooked up, so that's not going to work. Regardless, that's fine. Just do a little click test, and that works. We could probably just do this real fast. I think did that work? It did. ZR worked. Okay, so we got that working. Left works. No ZL, which is a little worrying. That also could be this daughter board, but up, left, down, and right. That all works. Picture works. We tested minus. That works. I did test plus. And then the home button. And the home button sends me home. Okay, well, so we know that the daughter board on the other one's going to have some issues here. Which is kind of good news. I might just order, just for the hell of it, just order a brand new daughter board. I've got parts on the way to rebuild some because I didn't have the right resistors, and I needed to add them. They were supposed to be here along with the backlight drivers, but FedEx is a piece of shit and didn't pick up my package until 2 days after they were marked for shipment, which pissed me the hell off because that's why I paid the extra $1 for 2-day shipping with FedEx, because I wanted it by the weekend. And it's just annoying. Next time, I think I'm just going to go at the post office and screw it. As unreliable as they really are. Okay, so, well, that is somewhat good news. So we know that the connector and the STM chip is fine. We do know that the power cable works. Oh, I didn't test the freaking volume up and volume down. Damn. but it wasn't working at all before. So there's something going on funky with this daughter board, and I don't know what it is. And unfortunately, I could try it with the blue case too if I needed to. I don't think I have a daughter board in anything else right now that is usable. That one I pulled out, then and I did, yeah. Yeah, I had issues with other daughter boards, and again, once the water damage ones always seem to have one, it always seems to take out the backlight cable, and then two, it always seems that the cake and kill the resistors in the same path, which I guess isn't that surprising, but okay, so there we got that. Don't want to lose these little springs on those bumpers. There. Okay. Grab you. Okay. I was like, I thought I heard home screen clicking. I was like, what? But it must have just been jiggling some stuff. Okay, grab you. We're gonna have to pull this mid frame out to get the which means I might actually have to drill this one out now that I think about it. Alright, so I think he didn't screw this up enough where I can't unscrew all of these. Silver on the left hand side, brass on the right. It's a quick and easy way to remember that. And then we have, oh, I'm not even in frame. Sorry, I just basically there's a head and silver screw. There's a silver screw here. Oh, there is a brass screw right there, and there's a brass screw right there. Why did I do? Oh, jeez, I'm just all over the place. You know, if you're not realizing it, today is New Year's Eve. I do have a friend coming over. Be a much shorter stream today. I don't know. I took a couple days off to play Tarkov, and now that kind of died down a little bit, just because New Wipe is awesome and horrible at the same time. Okay, I got that pulled off. I'm just going to remove this power flex just so I don't destroy it. Yeah, there's evidence of corrosion here. I see some damage to this board that's on the ground plane, but nothing crazy bad. Just gotta pull this out. Actually, no, before I do that, just make my life a little easier here. So I like to use tweezers on these. You grab the top portion, you just kind of wiggle back and forth and lift up, and they usually pop off pretty good. You got to be careful with them though, because you can easily screw shit up. So let's pop you under the microscope here, and oh, I had microscope up already, didn't I? Shoot. Oh shit. All right, I'm gonna zoom you out a little bit. Grab back to the inspection mode. And we're just going to take a look around the board and see what we can find. Now, the first thing that I did notice when I was looking at this before for the backlight issue is this pin right here. Let's zoom you in. Focus. So this pin right here, It's hard to tell. Let's see if maybe, oh wait, yeah. Let's get my light plug back in. I don't know if this is gonna be a help or not, but we'll try. Okay. Yeah, you can see like, yeah, see how everything else around that second pin from the top is silver. But this second pin right here has got this corrosion on it or something. So I don't know. Oh, look, it's not even connected at all. Well, that would be why the backlight didn't work. Yeah, see. Wow. I'm wondering if there's like, I'm wondering if a ton of voltage got passed through this board somehow. But yeah, this connector is boned. So that would be why. I don't think the power and all that shares that line. It shouldn't. So all the passives look okay. No, it's just some ink. I don't even know what that is. This makes me wonder. This looks like it's suffering from a lot of heat damage. See, because that should just be printed on the solder mask, but it was looking like, you know, you saw how it was kind of raised up and looking weird. And so I initially thought down here, you can see a little bit of my kind of scrape marks that we had some micro bridges, but I think it's just extra flux from the factory. Let's put you back into inspection mode so I can wang the board around some. So I looked at these pins this morning. Yeah, see, these are all factory. And generally, as long as these connectors don't get mucked with, and in here, as we're looking at right now, you can see how all the silver and brass pins are in their own little home, not touching each other, not bent. Alternating colors just fine. Yeah, I mean, there's not much to these daughter boards. Speaker connector, but see, like that's, to me, that looks like corrosion, does it not? Like, what is that? It's got to be corrosion. Or I just wonder if if he had a short or something like that, put a massive short through the board and kind of like fried things, but that's just a speaker connector. It shouldn't even really have power pass through it. And these look fine. This is the Joy-Con connector. See, I'm not seeing like really any burnt traces or anything. Passes look good. All the lines look fine. No cuts or anything. There's some shit all over the board here and there, but nothing like worrisome. Now when I flip it over, yeah, see, that's looking a little funky. I don't know what that is. This is the minus button right here. This is the minus button. I'll just keep, let's do a little bit of a zoom around here. That worries me a little bit because that's internal. And that's directly related. Well, maybe not. It might pass through from here. So looking down here, things look okay. This is the screen capture button. I saw like a little bit of marking around that ground post. I mean, that's just ground, but kind of want to take everything into account. Like if you see damage around something, how did it get damaged? Is that damage affecting operation? Now the problem that we had with this board was that maybe, I wonder. I wonder if that broken pin was causing some headaches. That thing was fried. Why did it fry? Did it fry the rest of the board? Yeah, see, those look like they've been juiced. So weird. But they shouldn't be that. See, like, it's this corrosion that's on there. Like, that's what that is. Why? Like, why are you corroded? So, if I zoom out here, all right, so, good old Timmy the multimeter. Let's pull Timmy out here. Continuity mode. When I make a connection between these 2 points, you hear a beep. Probably one of the most useful fault finding tricks you can use. Basically, what this will help me do is just kind of trace the circuits out, make sure that I still have connection from point A to point B. And the top one right here, this is the flex cable that controls the volume up, volume down, and the power. See, I've got connection there. I think this guy goes here. Is that ground? No. So wait. So this guy, you just basically follow these little lines. Oh great, I forgot. I took it out of inspection mode. All right, so probably gonna go a little fuzzy here. Oh no, I was wrong. Come on. So that other one is ground. So this second one here should be a ground plane, I'm guessing. So basically, if I touch this second one here and this little triangle here, yeah, it's ground. And then that's power. So this one comes all the way down to here. And you can see this one right here. This second one should be this guy. And this third one should be this guy. Right? And that one's not making a connection. It is, okay. Now the power one, I'd have to figure out where that went. So it looks like it's on a via. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that could be it. See, these lines look fine. I scrubbed before. That's just ink. I think this board just got really hot somehow. It was enough to break that one leg off. And so it's like if I wanted to figure out why my power wasn't working, so I could take the flex cable right here. We could plug her in. A little tough to do and show. Let's see, I gotta pay attention more to my stream because noticed the other day that it doesn't really line up my inspection. The monitor I look at to do this work doesn't really line up with what you guys actually see. So it's like I gotta do double duty here. All right, so see, we got her plugged in. We got her fastened down. Okay. And now we could see that this guy in the end, that's the power, right? And so he goes, oh, look, he does show, they all share the common ground, I think. So you can see how like that connects to that, which connects to that leg. Those are probably all ground. And that's the second line from the top. The second line from the top goes into the ground. So like if I touch the second line from the top, this is the ground. And then I touch a triangle, which is just exposed ground plane. Yeah, I got a link. So now we want to figure out where the power goes. So we just push this and see if we can't see it on the board anywhere. Just double check I'm not short of ground. I'm not. See nothing. Oh. But nothing there. It's connected there. It's connected there. So it should be here, but it's okay, so we know that we might have an issue here. So basically, if I take a look, I came here, this guy should be, yeah, see how it connects from here to here? I wonder if it just, oh, is that ground? I'm an idiot. Huh, so we don't, so it works here, but I wonder if these resistors are just fried. I feel like I should have continuity through that. I have another daughter board over here somewhere. Now this girl, she is from a liquid damage board. And you can see I've seen all that same corrosion on these white connectors, and you can see that the resistors are burnt to a crisp. The power should be this guy. But yeah, I'm not. It doesn't go through. I guess it's because there's enough resistance that it's 150 ohms. It's telling me 150 ohms. And then you are telling me probably the same thing. No. Nothing. Open line. So that's an issue. There's a connection there, but see, like, on the other board, I'm seeing a resistance here. Switch you into just ohm mode real quick. Just measuring the ohms between this resistor. What the heck? Measuring in the mega ohms, which is not right. Yeah, like all these I think are dead. That one's a little high, but fine. See, I should be getting values for all these, and I'm getting nothing. All right, let's look at this another way. Truth be told, I think this daughter board is just fried. See, these are all like, I think they're like 150 or 250 ohm resistors. Let's just see here real quick. This one. This is the one with the burnt up ones here. $150 ohms. So I measured, I got 150 ohms between those two. And so the same one on this board, which I measured this one on the other board, right? So we'll take a look. And I get open line. So I think these resistors are just fried. Yeah. I don't know. Like here, I'll go measure another one. 150 ohms. And this one says 285 kilo ohms. Seems a little high. And then this one says open line. Okay, well, I think we've kind of determined where. And see, that's measuring in the mega ohms, which is not right. And that's open line. And I'll just double check on this one. Even this guy's burnt to a crisp here. Now I'm getting an open line on that one too. Now that one just could be dead, but see, like this one. 150 ohms. 150 ohms. 150 ohms. 150 ohms. Yeah. Boy. Well, so when we get our new parts in, we're going to have to try rebuilding all these little guys here. Might not be worth it. I just think this might be completely just toast. Yeah. Okay, well, that's disappointing. But let's move on to something we can kind of fix. Pull you back into play here and show you this little bit of damage. So this is screwed. I'm going to just take a quick look at this port. I'm pretty sure it's fine. Just want to verify. Come on. Where'd my focus thing go? Yeah, USB port. Is that the problem? Is that a problem? Look at that. That looks like a mangled pin. So it looks like I have to replace the USB on this guy. And that could be why the daughter board fried. See how everything is lying nice and flat, and if I kind of shift up, you can see that one pin in the box. And if I shift down, you can see how there's nothing there. Okay, so this USB port's toast. Cool. That's something else I'm going to have to do now, which is fucking great because I hate, boy do I hate replacing USB ports. Especially because this one looks great. Damn. These guys did a number on this. They sure did. But what I wanted to show you is, yeah, look at that. Let's turn this off. Oh my god. Oh my god. What did you do? Boy, I guess I should have ordered some of these things. Yeah, that pad is toast. There's no way there's anything in there. It looks like that whole... Huh. Alright, folks, I'll be right Alright, mic check 1, 2. Looking good. Back. Sorry I stepped away for a moment there. Boy, this is looking pretty bad, and I can't tell. I probably can't. I think I can tell, but I'm pretty sure that this is completely buggered. I'm gonna try just a little bit more alcohol here. A toothbrush. See if I can't just scrub away more of that. Whatever the heck. Now it's gone. That's what I thought. Sad thing is I really don't know. I'm assuming that that is absolutely necessary. And it is going to be some serious fun replacing that. There's no way in heck there's any pad there. I keep scraping, hoping that maybe this is just some sort of shit, but we all know that is a PCB layer with no copper that I need, because I don't know what this guy did. See, like, this is let's try to see if I can see the pad on the underneath. It looks like, I'm pretty sure I could see it. And you know, the quick and dirty test, which we're about to do, that all looks fine. Now I might. Is this ground? It's got to be ground. All that surrounding is ground. That's ground. This is the line right there. And basically, all this is just fried. And there's going to be no connection. But we'll test anyway, just to prove ourselves wrong. So these big guys, right, these are going to be ground. So if I touch this arrow, you hear the beep. So now if I touch here and I touch here, nothing. We have nothing. But the good thing is that I actually should be able to fix this. I 100% should be able to fix this. It's not going to be a fun job, but I should be able to do it. Simply because I have those test points that I could just lay a wire down through. And we'll, you know, the other good thing too is that thankfully there's really nothing on the other side of this board, so we can, let me grab this and take the speaker off. So stop annoying me. I don't think you guys need to see me pull a speaker off. Same thing, just grab the top of the plug and wiggle. Close all these down so we don't damage them. God, it's such a shame because this thing is a freaking pristine board. Other than that, and the damage that I had to do to fix it. But like if we look at the other one, you can see how this is probably just a ground right here, and this is the one that we need to have stay intact, and that's what's missing on this side. I don't know what the heck this guy did to do this. Because surprisingly, I mean, it's not hard to do. These connectors are kind of fragile. But man, I've actually been lucky enough that I've never seen them damaged before. You know, so new one for me, I suppose. pull you out. Okay, need to go a little further here. Back a little bit. Let you focus. I think I'm gonna have to buy a new microphone arm stand at some point because this thing was just not what I wanted it to be. It works, but that amp scope stand actually does look better. I convinced myself that it was the same, but looking at the amp scope stand, it's just not the same. And the amp scope stand looks way more compact and has a nice vertical lift feature, which I kind of want. So I'm gonna turn you to around 420 degrees Celsius. I'll first start by melting that flux down a little bit here. Get you to pool up kind of nice under that. And then we're just going to stick the hot air right underneath. Just let this wet down. I could have probably done this from the top if I wanted to, but I'm going to try to avoid putting as much heat near the RAM and the Wi-Fi chip as I possibly can. And since this is just completely dead, it doesn't really matter if I pull it off cleanly or not. I just don't want to rip any more pads. Taking her sweet time though, that's for sure. Now, I did actually finally get in a new power brick, or not power brick, but power strip, and I'm going to rebuild my workbench and start using that new hot air stations. Oh shit, I hope I just did not do what I think I just did. Wow. Come on. That did not want to come off, and now I'm really kind of scared because I swear to God I tapped the back side of the board. So it'll be this area here. No, I think I got away with it. No, I didn't. I sure didn't. I just ruined the board. Thought I felt a hot component hit my foot. Oh, just no. I don't even know why I bother with this stuff anymore. What is this? Huh. If I just found it, I'd be so amazed. I don't think I did, but you never really know. Sure looks like I did, though. And these transistors. And then whatever the heck that guy was, a MOSFET? MOSFET. Lost a MOSFET. I got this transistor. I mean, not a total loss. I've got donor parts I can pull from, but god dang, it really sucks. Should have just went with the top flow. So now I gotta see if I can't find that MOSFET, which I might get lucky. Nope, that's the shoot. Yeah, that's the broken connector. Boy, Justin. You got lucky. You got lucky. Holy crap. I can't believe I found that. Problem is now I have to figure out what went where. Oh, I don't know how I did that. I must have just tapped the board. And I just lost the other one. Did I not? I did. Nope, there you are. Okay, so basically before I lose two components, I'm going to take you there, or real fast, just drop you off. Don't want to lose you, and then this guy, same thing, just kind of scrape him off by the other chip. That way, when I go to put this back together, I have my parts. Just a reminder, folks, again, if you're just tuning in, I am an idiot. I do this sort of thing a lot. But thankfully for us, this is a very easy fix, provided I screw up that BGA as well. That's thankfully looking pretty good. Okay. So I'm assuming that that MOSFET's going to have a dot on it. Unfortunately, it's a very uniform part here. So we'll take a little bit of flux in the area. I'm going to start by getting that other one, see if we can't zap him just back into place. Maybe we'll get lucky here and have surface tension just fix this one for me. Yeah, I really need to get my new hot air station in working order because it's supposedly a lot nicer than the one that I'm using. It's been sitting in a box for a week now. So I've been doing other things. Come on. Come on. No? You don't want to? Okay. Well, do it the hard way, I suppose. Alright. Better. Slightly better. It could be perfect here. That's what we're going to go for. As always, just a little more flux always helps things along. And now that we're back into place, I should just be able to kind of wet things down again. Perfect. Okay, she's on. Now, grab my tweezers. Okay, we're gonna have to be very careful here that I don't lose this tiny, tiny ass transistor. Watch it all the way to the board. I need my pokey jammy. Need my pokey jammy. Okay. And I can just slide you into place and then just hopefully get you this nice and sucked on there. Oh, the joys of Amtech Flux. So sticky. Okay, that's not good enough, but I just need a nudge. Come on, here we go. That might actually work. I'll drop my airflow down a little bit. As always, we're going to start above the board to heat things up a little bit. We don't want this bugger to fly away. Just looking for it to kind of get sucked into place once the solder melts. There we go, she moved. Okay, I think we're good there. What we're gonna do, just gonna double, triple, quadruple be sure. Add more flux to the whole area. Don't need much, just enough to form a little puddle. Crank the air back up. Here for you guys. So we're working on the left one of these little transistors here. Got everything nice and tacked into place, and it looked like a float in, but we're just gonna wet everything down and really be sure. Yeah, we're good there. We are good there. Now I gotta figure out when it comes to this MOSFET, what side is what. Okay, so that you can see like how everything's uniform, and now means there's usually a dot or plus sign or something. I just can't tell. honestly I'm just not seeing it. So what we're gonna do here, go to my pile of frickin' parts, and we could kind of compare the writing. Maybe? Well, that doesn't help. Maybe if I put a little shininess on it, sometimes the it looks like the Okay, see there's a dot right there. That's not crazy, right? That is a dot, which is what I'm looking for. That is a dot. Okay, so that is a dot. Lettering doesn't help me. I mean, they're all just this generic crap that they do to try to stop people from, like me, from fixing it on our own. So I'm wondering if that dot is like covered up by one of the. It kind of looked like it wanted to almost go the other way. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, see, like it's got to be vertical. So it's got to be like this. But there is no dot that I can see. No, wait, is that? See, like I can't tell if that's the dot. I think that's the dot. But if that's the dot, it's not right. Right? Because it's supposed to be like this. Like, well, like not like this, but you could see the solder pad. I could see the legs on the side of the ship. Man, just makes me wonder. Clean it up a little bit or something. That'll help. See, is that the dot? I think that's the dot right there. Or is that the dot? See, like, I think that might be the dot. That would make sense. Like 99% sure that that is the dot right there. Yeah, that looks to be the dot. Okay, I think we got it going. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to drop the air temps down a little bit. We're going to tack it down, and we're going to put some more flux on, and we're going to flow it, and then we will clean up and pray to God we got it good. Okay, so you guys don't have a seizure. I'm going to put you back into manual focus mode here. Okay, I think we got her tacked in. So quick little tap test. Tap taparoo says she's good. So then final little tiny bit of flux. Yeah, that's definitely a dot. Okay, I got that right. Nice little flux puddle. Pick the air back up some, and we'll just one more nice little reflow here. Just to be sure. Yeah, you could see how it kind of settled in place a little bit better there with that flux. Surface tension looks good, and I think she's repaired. Well, that was an adventure, was it not? It was an adventure, it sure was. Okay, well, I think we're good there. So now what I can do, while everything's still nice and hot, stop you guys from not being able to see anything. We'll, put you in the frame. Grab ourselves a little alcohol here. It's a propyl alcohol, not the drinking kind. I guess theoretically you could drink this. Everything is drinkable once, right? Okay. Anti-seizure mode activated. Coolio. We're going to just kind of see if there's any residual flux to soak up here. It doesn't look like so. Looks good. Might be a little flux on board. Yeah, okay. Well, that was an adventure, eh, folks? Let's blow off 2 transistors in a MOSFET, potentially break a BGA chip, which I think I've got replacements for this thing. But nah, she's good. You can see all those balls look uniform. Chip looks nice and flat. All those look good. Okay, cool. So now we are back. We'll do a quick test here. Still have 15 volts, which is good. She still boots, guys. She still boots. Okay. I really wanted to do a quick, just dirty test on that, just to make sure that, yeah, I didn't completely hose things here. And so now we got to go back and we're gonna get this area prep. I'm gonna put some leaded solder on this, just because I didn't like how freaking long it took me to get that stuff to wet. I mean, geez. Normally it's not that difficult. Don't have water. There's a little sponge in my soldering station that I use to help keep the tip clean and is dry. So we will add a little bit of water. Or a lot of water. Boy, that thing is super dry. You don't really need too much, but that helps. Also really helps to not spill water all over your workstation, but thankfully it's just water. Just hit it with a little paper towel here. Okay. Okay. So now we're good there. I'm going to grab some more brain juice, and then we're going to work on mixing in some leaded solder to those pads. And oh, shoot, I bet you this is ice cold now, huh? No, it's still nice and hot. Okay, last one of the day. Shouldn't even really be drinking this one, but I do love my coffee. Actually, that's barely warm. Oh, knocked over my alcohol. Nothing to spill there. Oh, look at that. My battery is doing that stupid drain thing again, huh? 15. Yeah, I got to do the... Man, I've really got to do the thing with that Doc said. And unplug all my power devices first and then plug them back in again. Shoot. Well, this is going to be a short stream today anyway, so not like it matters too much. But we're going to try to get this this guy looking better and maybe get him soldered on, and I'll put it into a better case, and we'll verify that we've got working Wi-Fi. I'm not sure if I tested the Wi-Fi when I was looking at it before, but I will now because it is definitely only half working. So currently, let's grab ourselves a better tip here. I want something a little bit with more thermal mass. Let's grab this guy. It is like just in the right spot where you can't really get a good view of it, huh? But what we're gonna do here, we already have flux in the board, so I don't need to do much, but we're gonna just add some solder to these ground pads. Right, just mix that in, turn off the anti-seizure, or turn on the anti-seizure mode. Grab ourselves some wick. Now, solder braid or solder wick just kind of just removes solder from your board here. You just kind of want it to glide over your surface area. You don't want to really, like, you're not scrubbing or anything like that. You're just letting the solder wet down and soak up into the pad or into the braid. And it should just kind of like glide. You should feel it kind of glide over the surface once everything gets nice and hot. Now if it sticks, like it's sticking now, you just gotta let the heat do its work. Shouldn't really have to use much effort. And see, look at that. They're all nice and clean. I have a whole lot of burnt nasty flux because frickin' Amtech, all it does is burn and look gross. Ugh, hate this stuff. I really can't wait to go back to my MG because I like my MG chemical stuff way more than I like this. Okay, enough heat on the board, so we're gonna do. I always like just dabbing a little bit of fresh flux. And again, bigger the glob, better the job. It's a little hard to see. Let's try this. Is that better? That's better. Yeah. This ring light was also another disappointment. I don't know what I was expecting because direct overhead light never looks good on camera. You should see my workbench, how many freaking lights I got surrounding this thing right now. That's another thing I got to work on doing better. All right, so we don't need too much solder here. Yeah, that's more than enough. More than enough. Okay. Now is the fun part. So now we got to pull a donor board. A true donor board, which I have plenty of them. But I'm going to grab one that's got the most components ripped off of it, because... Okay, that one I'm still working on. This one is the one I think I'm going to use. Yes, sir. Okay. Same thing. We're going to get you in a vise here. And this one, I mean, I don't want to just, I obviously don't want to lose parts, but I really don't mind on this one if I knock stuff off. Hopefully this one comes off a little bit easier than the last one. All right. See that? Okay. I don't think it really matters. I think it's pretty universal which side gets soldered where, but we definitely can see how on this one, you got that nice silver pad leading to these test points. And what I'm going to have to do is basically solder a piece of wire onto that test point and then loop it down here, solder it on. But I don't know how I'm really going to do that. I think I know what I might do, even though I really don't want to do it. We'll figure it out. First things first, I got to get this port off, and I don't really care if it gets filled with flux because I'll just scrub the ever living crap out of it. Perfect. More than I need. Way more than I need. Now, I don't need my soldering iron burning off the tip. I'm going to just melt the flux down some here. Nice little clear puddle for you guys to see. Yeah, you're still in frame. You're good to go. I think I'm actually going to do it like this. This is just, this section of the board does not want to transfer heat very well. Probably because it's a really, really thick ground plane that's on. And the ground plane is soaking up all the heat. Yeah, like right now my fingers are like about to melt off, feels like. It's like you're noticing the flux is barely starting to bubble. Boy, that was a son of a bitch. And I think I lost it. No, I did lose it, but I lost it in a good spot. Okay. That's why you gotta pay attention, folks, to your work. But well, so you can see the underside. Oh, I guess there is only one side that solders on. Okay. Okay. Well, that's good to know. Well, that's what that looks like. So we're gonna just pull this off to the side. We're gonna, so I don't lose you. Yeah, I know I'm not really showing you guys much here. Jeez. But I was just kind of positioning this little son of a bitch on there. Now I think I actually have this oriented right. We'll just double check real quick. So basically, you see that silver track there? It used to go just like this. Problem is, big problem that I'm gonna have now is how am I gonna fix this? Because I usually, when I do trace repair, part of me is like almost tempted to solder the wire onto this first. Which I might actually just do, and then flip it over, and then I'm pretty sure 99.999 repeating sure that pad 1 matches with the last pad. So basically all we want to test here, okay, don't do that. Just want to test that this guy right here touches this guy right here. Yeah, okay, so I can safely bungle in that area. So what do I do? Do I do what I was thinking here and solder from that middle pin? They both look good though. Do we try that? Am I brave enough? Am I brave enough to try that? Do we come over to the blue mat here and try that? I think we do. Honestly, I think we do. Like, it's not the smartest idea, but it's not the worst idea either. So you want to be fiddly, huh? Okay, that's fine. Kind of want to leave it covered in flux because it's just going to make the rest of this a lot easier, but it just does not want to let go of anything. And the other problem is that it's not a flat surface, so now I need to find, actually I have plenty of this, but it freaking ran away from me again. I had it somewhere, I kept it, I thought. I had a little bag of junk silicone wire, although theoretically I actually have a whole brand new box of it. So let's just go ahead and use some of that, I think. Bought a whole bunch of the silicone wire for another project I have coming up for you guys, and for me too, because I'm actually really stupid excited about it. But I haven't had, I'm wanting to do these repairs more because I love repairing shit. I love fixing shit. I just love building shit. That is what this is going to be. Oh, okay, these rolls are kind of neat. So I guess I just have to pull you out of your little hole here. And slide you back in the box and pull you through. Okay. I'll try that. So don't need much, but we're gonna grab more than I need. Let's do it this way. I really don't need that much wire, but I end up. You can, enamel wire is kind of what most people would suggest using because you don't want it to short, but it's a pain in the ass. This stuff is not enameled. Wire stripper is not the nicest thing in the world, huh? Kind of bought it because I didn't really buy it for this, but it did come with it, which I thought was a nice, kind of a nice feature. This should work, huh? There we go. Okay. Sorry, I did that off camera because it's just a lot easier. But basically, so we got a bundle of these. This is a 24 AWG wire. And I use a literal, I just stripped it out of this sheathing here. And then what I do, I gotta be careful with this now because I don't want to freaking impale myself with this wire later, is all we need, quite literally, is a single strand. And so we've got, we'll just set this off to the side. Make sure I don't have any stuck to my fingers. I think that's just hair, yeah. So now I have this one very, very thin single strand of 24 AWG wire. And what we're going to do with it is use it to jump from one point to another. Now, problem and why this job is not the most fun in the world is that, oh, no. Well, that did not work out the way I wanted. I might end up having to come on. This flux, I swear. There we go. See, like I was kind of hoping that the flux would help just the wire just stick. Okay, so this isn't working out too well for me. It's just too sticky. But we're going to switch my tip up again. Did I put it away like an idiot? Dang it, Justin. No, I didn't. It's floating around somewhere, is it not? It's too big. Hey, it's right. I'm stupid. Boy, I'm all over the place lately. Okay, so I don't want to get this in the way either. So we're going to put this to the side. Pull this tip off. We're going to go back to one. This is one of my most favorite tips, even though it is not the greatest tip. It loses heat so quick, but for jobs like this, it's absolutely perfect. So I'm going to let this heat up, and then I'm going to try about now. Still have this wire, right? It's a little janky now. We can actually, you still can see this stuff with the naked eye, but it is probably about the width, maybe a little thicker than a human hair. So what we're going to do is we're going to lay you like so, right? It's not perfect. It's not what I wanted. Damn it. That's definitely what I didn't want. Okay, so now let's clean this tip off real quick with some alcohol so it's not sticky. And then we're just going to see if we can't nudge. No, I don't want to touch the frickin' port. I might have to here. Yeah, see? What we're trying to do is like that. Pretty much. All right. Now we're going to see if we can get this to work here. So I'm going to get a nice little blob of solder going. And of course, it's like I had to lay my hand the worst way to do this. Dang it. Fudge. Well, that just completely did not work the way I wanted it to. Alright, well, we'll try again. Maybe we'll get this freaking cat hair off. Welcome to micro soldering, folks, with an idiot. Because I am an idiot. Alright, we're going to get you into frame for you guys so you can see. I'm going to get your wire again here. See, we're doing it the tough way now because I have the port at the top. But hey, look at that. We managed to screw it up again. So, okay. So maybe, just maybe now, I can lose the wire. Nope. All right, we're going to try. Come on. This thing is so freaking sticky. Folks, screw Amtech Flux. Now I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for that, but I just do not prefer it. Oh my god. It's like as soon as I touch it where I don't want it, it doesn't matter. It's gone. I might just have to give up and kind of do it the shitty way. Okay, there we go. It's not perfect. We're going to try this left-handed. This is either going to go great or it's going to be a nightmare here. All we really need to do. Fuck. And it's a nightmare. I think yep, I ruined it. Okay, so this is not the way to do it. Dang it. Ah, dang it. Yeah. All right, well, I tried. Oh, my lord. That is fucked. Great. Okay, well, I knew this was a very risky proposition, but, you know, sometimes you just got to take a risk. It would have been nicer to have that wire soldered on, just simply because then when I could solder the port on, then I would know I had a solid connection on the bottom, and I would just have to lie the jumper wire up to the pad. But now I got to do it the opposite way, which is we take the board. Shoot, I just lost my wire too. Which is not, oh, there it is, okay. All right, so we got to figure out here on the other side here, right here. Now, do this right-handed. Basically, we're just gonna come right here. Okay. Since all those pads are good to be merged. Yeah, I don't see any reason why it would be a problem. Then, clean off the tips of these so you're not sticky as sticky as you have been, maybe. So this is the hard part. Now we're working with a piece of wire literally the size of a human hair. And what I'm trying to do now is I just want to kind of tap, and I got to be very gentle because it doesn't take much to break these wires. So like when you press down on them, like you have to use very little force. See, it's just not wanting to. I think what we're going to do is this. wasn't pressed down enough. Okay. Nope. My angle, the heat shield is really making my life miserable here. I think that may have done it there. Okay. So we're looking this over real quick. We just want to. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to try to rebuild this pad a little bit. We're going to kind of, so now you do that, and then we're going to try to maybe a little bit closer. We want that bend to be just a little bit closer, like this. Bend you over. Okay, so we're kind of just trying to recreate the pad here, right? So we'll squish these together a little bit. Again, like it doesn't really matter at all. You kind of do want all this to touch. I want to give the wire and the wire with the Wi-Fi connector as much surface area as I possibly can here, right? So I just want it to have the best opportunity to grab onto something. Okay. It's looking pretty good. I don't know. Okay, perfect. This parts board. Let's see here. We still have a little bit left that we don't want to touch the ground with, but see, I think it'll be okay if it just sits like this. Just as long as we've got enough in here. Actually, might be able to even clean this up a little bit more. Okay, that was not expected. Cheap hobby knife. Why you do this? Okay. Perfect. So now we've got a pretty nice pad there. Problem that I'm gonna see maybe is that, yeah, if I heat this up, is the connection there gonna work? Well, there's only really one way to find out. Let's see here. I might have to shut down the stream soon. Is it 3 o'clock? 38% available. Yeah, we'll try to power through this. All right, so I got to pull off another one of these stupid freaking things now. So let's get that done. Let's get you into a board holder. Do this right. Again, for the third time. Do as I say, not as I do. Okay, alright, Wi-Fi connector. That's probably going to be just as much of a pain in the ass to frickin' get off as the other ones, because that ground plane is stupid. What? Alright, it connects. No, it's again, I don't really care too much if I blow shit off this board, but you can see it just one unleaded solder sucks. Two, this thick ass. There we go. Okay. Now I screwed up because I didn't have my tweezers in hand. But hopefully the board should just retain some of that heat. Yay, clean pull. Okay. Crisis averted. Potentially. And we get to do the fun part now. We get to do the fun part now. Now we got to see if we can get this back on. And then we're going to play around with some solder mask and probably just call it a day after that. I need to take a shower. I need to get ready for my buddy to come over. We need to kind of squish this wire over just a little bit here. I'm going to maybe zoom in. And see, I gotta figure this out. Why you guys are so off center from where I'm at. Let's put you back. Let's get you in focus here. Okay, it's not gonna want to focus because of the shiny shit. There we go. Let's see kind of what I did here. And what I don't really like is it just doesn't really seem like there's enough surface area here. Just worried about the actual pad not making contact. I know I could use some solder mask. Kind of get that more into place. That should be good. Okay, folks, let's try this. Now, with this one, I do have to be careful because I don't want to wipe off all the transistors and stuff again. So you should have. See, there's some good solder. There's some good solder there. So that's a good thing. Because wet solder is the best thing to wet other solder with. And I kind of have to, and I'm going to really, once I get the solder into place and verify that that wire isn't going to snap off, and all that flux that you can see on the inside of this port's going to have to go. Boy, it's like stuck to the board too. I mean, it's going to be a delicate job if I have to get in there with the soldering iron, but yeah, it's not It's going exactly the way I thought it was going to go, which, and again, I don't want that to touch the ground. I don't think it's going to matter if it does, but you just don't want that. All right, so we're going to try this. Now, it's off, but if I can just nudge you without you sticking, I might be good here. Cool, I just lost a whole bunch of screws because I can't pay attention and I'm moving too quick. It's alright, that's just a fucking screw. Basically, I want that to touch that. Yeah, see, it's not really. That did not. There we go. That's kind of more what I need. Alright, it's off, but we're going to hope to God here that surface tension comes into play, and I can't be doing this. I keep freaking laying my metal pokey jammy over the magnetic pad and it magnetizes it. I'll have to come back through here with the flashlight and scoop up, see if I can't. I always end up finding screws and stuff. It's weird. Not like I really care. I could always order 1,000 of these things from China for like $2, which is probably where I'm going to have to be next time I do a China order. I will have to see about, because I mean, either that I could figure out and just order from Grainger, I guess, but I'm lazy. Anyways, let's try this. But since I can pay attention to the board, my hope here is that maybe the leaded solder will melt a little quicker here. It's not looking like that's the case. I'm just lying. Perfect. So now you can sort of see it's sort of making contact there. I think I'm kind of screwed though. I think I am going to have to come in here. So we'll test. Basically, this middle pin should have continuity through to that final pad there. So we do the quick and dirty little beep test. It works. Okay, it works. Problem is now I've got all this flux I've got to deal with here. I don't really think I should put solder mask over it. And I've just really got to be careful. It does make me want to go touch this up though. Like, can I touch this up? Okay, so let's get you out of the vise here. I'll move you back to the blue mat. I'll keep looking at you, huh? You're right there. still think it's not perfect, and I might have to come back in here and heat it up again. But I wanted to get that kind of wire clamp down. I just you can see how it's canted like that, right? Which is not good. That is not good. It didn't really suck down the way I wanted it to. What I can try here, this is making me nervous, but I don't really have much of a choice. We're gonna push down the top of here, and I'm gonna really just try to not touch any plastic. Yeah, see. Okay, so I'm gonna try like this. These things are so delicate. I don't think this tip is... Yeah, see, the problem with this tip, like I said, there's no thermal mass to it, and since that's a thick ass ground plane, oh my lord. Stay. So basically here now we're gonna try this again with a much thicker tip. Okay. That might have gotten her a little bit more flat. Not the greatest. Do we heat it again? We might heat it again before I put solder mask on. I don't know. Let's try one more time with the soldering iron here. Not my most favorite way of doing this. I really hate putting pressure. I'm just really trying to do okay. I mean, I could just use a little bit more solder, but I think I'm going to leave it. As long as I've got good connection. I mean, is this wire? I gotta... Yeah. That feels good. And I can come in with my hobby knife here. And we just kind of use a tip, just a tip. And you just kind of wiggle back and forth. A little bit of pressure. It should just kind of come right off. Don't want to leave that on the board. And again, it doesn't really matter if these are touching each other. It's not the greatest looking in the world, but if it works, it works, eh? So now we gotta do a little fun trick with some solder mask. Now this stuff is kind of cool. I don't really use it that often, but when you do need to use it, it saves your butt. Except I've got to locate it in this giant mess of a what I call tool chest. I think, is that it? No, that's my Game Gear rebuild, reball stuff. What did I do with my solder mask? Like I said, I don't use this stuff very often, so I don't know where I shoved it to. It was a lot more visible before. Is this it? This has got to be it. Yeah, that's it. Alright, so. Alright. So there's. You can buy yourself some solder mask. And then literally restructure. You paint it on, and then it forms a new layer of solder mask for you if you want to be really particular conformal coating. And the cool thing about this stuff is you don't really need all that much to do your job. And so I just kind of, see, this comes in a syringe, and I basically just take my Pokey Jammy, stick it in the syringe so I get a little bit, right? And then we just kind of touch it to the board. Paintbrush works as well. I need more. That's way too much, but you just need to, here we go. That's better. Okay. That should be fine. Wipe this tip off now. Alcohol, wipe it off. Okay. Don't really want it on a connector, so I'm just going to move it off. I basically don't want anything to impede the connection. It should be fine. That should be fine. And what this will do is, A, it'll protect the wire from causing a short, if anything, and it'll actually strengthen it. Now, what we do after we apply it here is we take some UV light, which I have this little flashlight right here, and we lay it on top. And if you have a really strong light, it doesn't take very long. But what I do is, Alexa, set a timer for 5 minutes.
5 minutes, starting now. By the way, I can also remind you to do something later so you don't forget. Just say, set a reminder.
Funny, Alexa. I use a reminder every freaking day. I don't know why you had to remind me of that. So we're going to let this sit for about 5 minutes, and I'm going to go tool around and look at some other stuff. So if you've got, it's going to be kind of boring here, but I like to give, I've had instances where I didn't give enough time and it doesn't harden properly, and so you get like a harder outer shell, but the inside's still liquid, so it's not very good. And you want it to be nice and solid from top to bottom, so that wire gets held into place, and so that the rest of the board is protected from anything else. Boy, I just can't speak today. It's not been a very good day for me. Lord, Lord, Lord. I'm just flustered with these stupid switches, I guess. I really wanted to do another one. I have one I want to sell to my buddy, and all I need to do on that one is replace M92, and I've been working on the other ones thinking that I would have gotten to it this week, but then Tarkov wiped, and yeah, well, when Tarkov wipes, I play Tarkov. Yeah. Right now they're doing a pretty big drop event where we get a whole bunch of free crap if we tune into people's streams. So I've been watching people stream it. As soon as I get off of here, which I pretty much, once I verify this is working, I'm going to most likely call it a day. That way I can go take a shower and relax a little bit before my friend makes it over tonight and not be so flustered. This is a pretty neat time of the year for this game, though. Christmas is usually big events and lots of fun stuff to do. And the fact that they kind of culminated the wipe with the Christmas event, that's really made it kind of a lot of fun. Sounds like my timer's about to go off here in a minute. Yes, I know. I'll get to it in a second. I'm sure the 0 people watching my stream right now are annoyed as well as I am over this freaking timer going off. All right, timer. I know. You're freaking starting to annoy me now. Alexa, stop the timer. That worked. Okay, let's take a look here. I'm walking back, and we should have a. They should look kind of matte finish, like dull, not shiny. I don't think. Right? It should look kind of not shiny. Last I remember this stuff. And back to the microscope we go. Going to look at our thing. It's still shiny. Might need more time. Why am I singing? Okay. But we gotta just get rid of it. Oh. Looks pretty good to me. I guess I think I could head it with some heat to not make it so shiny, but oh no, you can see like I can see it kind of dimple in there. I think I just used too much. Yeah, it's so one side is fine. So we're gonna give it another. Boop, boop. And we kind of have it sitting on the flashlight again. And Alexa, remind me in 5 minutes to check my UV.
Okay, I'll remind you in 5 minutes.
5 more minutes, folks. Hopefully my computer lasts that long. It should. And then we'll do a nice little function test to make sure everything is working, and call it a day, I believe. This is the boring part. This is probably I'm gonna at some point. There's a lamp out there that I can it plugs into the AC power, and it's a lot more dangerous than these dinky little flashlights, but it doesn't. It should do it in like 30 seconds, which is really what I want. But I so rarely use this stuff because I really don't damage my PCBs that often. But it's good to have in your toolbox because you know you're gonna run into some stuff where either you have to damage the PCB or you do it accidentally or whatever, but you're gonna lift up some of that coating and you're gonna want to redo it, or you're gonna have to do what I just did and you're gonna jump some wires and you're gonna want to keep those wires held in place. I think I laid it on a little too thick this time, and when you do that, it takes that's where the stronger lights will come into play because they can penetrate that thick goop and get all the way to the bottom. Where before, I think it's kind of like this not getting all the way to the middle, so the middle stays liquid, and the top forms a shell around it, and that's when I can press it in and see like a dimple, or I can see stuff move underneath it. I know it needs more time. There we go.
This is a reminder. Check my UV. This is a reminder.
Check my UV. Wow, that's interesting there, Alexa, but it's okay. Let us check our UV. And we'll get the light off here. You gotta be careful with UV light around your eyes, but these things are not the greatest. And get you in the frame here. Okay, that's looking better. It's looking better. Yeah. Yeah, oh, well, is it? No. See, you can still see it's all goopy and shit. God dang it. Man. That's kind of what I was worried about with this freaking light when I bought it. People were saying it's not very strong, but we just gotta keep on keeping on, I suppose. And try that. Let's put you in. Let's just do this. Grab you here. Do this. Do that. Hopefully, when I come back, Alexa, set a reminder in 5 minutes to check my light. Sorry, guys. This has been a lovely 15 minutes. There's absolutely nothing going on. And my battery very slowly dwindling down to nothing. I guess the order of operations to plugging stuff in is very important because it is not working for me anymore. Okay, still freaking waiting. This is fun. I was hoping I'd be done by now so I can get myself in the shower and waiting on my buddy here. Still waiting. Frickin' thing. Let's just go take a look at it. I don't know if my timer got set or not. It feels like it's been 5 minutes. Yes, Loki. Cat is reminding me that I should be petting her rather than doing all this other nonsense, right? Alright, let's turn that off so I don't burn my eyeballs out. Let's get myself back under the microscope here and see if we can't get a better view. It just keeps getting slightly better every time. Okay. That sure shit did it. I know this thing is probably giving you fits, but okay, so now basically again, we just do a sanity check. After all that, continuity, so I should, from that middle pin, have connection all the way to this last pad right here. And I do. And this should be ground? Yep. Alright, folks. Well, next thing we do is see about maybe getting some of that flux out. No, might be able to just it's not the greatest. I could probably you can see how much is still left in there. So let's I don't like I always feel like alcohol shouldn't dissolve the solder mask, and I think the one time I thought it did, it's just because I hadn't really let it cure enough. The problem though is that this damn thing is recessed, so the stuff doesn't want to really leave here. It's just not going to form a really good connection, is my guess. Air really won't help, but it might blow some of the gunk out for me. I mean, it's not the greatest, but I think that should be okay. All right, so let's just go ahead and we'll do a quick test on the Wi-Fi and then call it a day. I think that's what we're gonna do. You know, this doesn't work because the daughter board is effed. So we're gonna just, little basic hookup here. I'm gonna plug our Wi-Fi antennas in. Let's make sure they still work. Always have to use a tweezer on this one just to keep everything in line. Snap you down. Last one. That's the most annoying one. Okay. Okay, you're good. And then, all right, folks, moment of truth here. Moment of truth. So black one goes to this guy. So let's do the white one first because it's just makes my life easier. Hey, these little IPX connections are very fragile, but they require very little force to get on and to get off. And as long as you freaking just, don't force things, see, it just pops right on. No problem. No problem whatsoever. So we're going to get one little screw into the USB port. Then we're gonna hook the battery into the socket. I think we're good. We have our cable, so now we're gonna hit the power button. Okay, we got a Nintendo screen. Second Switch logo. Home screen. We don't have any speakers plugged in right now, so that's why there's no sound, but now we go to our settings here. Guess we got double tap, and then you go to the internet, and then you click on internet settings, searching for networks, and blah blah blah. Look at that. So that's interesting. Uh-oh. Huh. It's not finding my network. It's not finding my neighbor's network. I'm concerned now. Oh, these are all the previous guys. Uh-oh. We might have an issue. Well, look at that. I don't think that worked. Unfortunately. So we should see. Yeah, see, it's just. It's weird. It's just not finding my networks. And these are all the old ones. Yeah, well, we've got network issues with this thing now. Dang. Oh, that's so sad. Skunked on another board. I mean, oh, and now that's fucking up. Oh, just reset the console. We got some problems with this thing. Yeah, but wow. Well, that's a shame. I might have tapped something I shouldn't have tapped. must have just hit something on the back and shorted it. Okay, well, disappointing, but I guess par for the course given how things are going with me lately. So we've got an issue with the Wi-Fi here. And yeah, I guess it's just not good enough, even though, you know, even though I got that soldered, I've got a connection being made. Right? See this guy right here. I don't think there's any difference between left antenna and right antenna. Man, you would think. You would think. Try that just in case maybe it didn't like having, or maybe I have to, I don't know, like it still thinks like it, I've got continuity from the wire, right, which is this. That's not right. Unless it's supposed to be like that, which I don't think it is. Let me just try this. So basically what we're trying here is, what I'm saying is that this, yeah, see, I have it shorted. Okay. It's shorted somehow. Cool. So all my work was for naught. It's shorted. Damn it. Unless it's, oh, you know what? Let me try this. Like I'm an idiot right now. It could be because the Wi-Fi antenna is connected. Could be. So I shouldn't have. This should not be connected to this. And it's not. Yeah, it's just because I had the Wi-Fi antenna connected. Okay, well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know, folks. We're gonna retry one more time here. I don't think it's gonna work, but sometimes you just kind of like have to just double check. If this doesn't work, I'm just gonna end the stream and we'll get back to it on another day. Like I got other things I want to take care of today. Mucking around with shoddy Wi-Fi is not one of them. Yeah. See, it's not even really working here. Huh. Yeah. So either the Wi-Fi doesn't work with one antenna, or there's something massively wrong with the Wi-Fi chip. But I think this really does mark the end of me buying consoles or switches in custom shells, because I just can't deal with this crap anymore. Board is literally fully functional except for Wi-Fi. I mean, and I don't think it has anything to do with the Wi-Fi antenna in the test shell that I've got. So, it is what it is. But I think that's going to do it for me today, guys. I need to go and get myself ready for the evening and kind of relax a little bit because this is frustrating. But just to recap, we did free the motherboard from the shell, and we did replace the connector for the Wi-Fi antenna. Although I don't know how well of a job I did. I'm gonna have everything buzzes out like it should, but the Wi-Fi antenna itself doesn't really want to work. So um, I don't know. Like it's it's just not happy. We're gonna keep that with that, just so I don't lose track of what's what. Anyways, anybody who did stop by, thank you so much for stopping by, and hopefully I'll see you next time I stream. And once again, I'm ending with hopefully next time I'll actually be able to freaking fix something while I'm live on air, rather than later on when I'm screwing around things off stream. So, all right, guys. Well, you all have a good day. Happy New Year's. Enjoy your New Year's Eve. Don't drink and drive. All that fun stuff. And I'll catch you sometime soon. Now I gotta click this button, huh? Okay. Later, guys.